Travis Wayne Goodsell. I've submitted a dispute complaint, which YouTube, if it's the guys who are causing me the grief in the first place, who work for YouTube, send it off to the claimant. Yeah, I informed YouTube in my complaint that I've identified YouTube employees are the ones that are making the claim on behalf of the claimant, and that there is no copyright violation, as I specifically selected Fair Use Act as these are specifically religious commentary use, and that they're a few seconds, which is well under the amount of time necessary to even bother to file a claim. And so, yeah, with the inconsistencies alone, I know it's YouTube employees. And so, yeah, we'll see if they stop it or if they send it off to the claimant, and the claimant's going, what the hell, I do not understand. He's giving us free advertising. Our views are skyrocketing for this song because a certain person keeps listening to it over and over again recently. So that's cyberbullying, guys. That's a federal felony. Alright, so in the comments of the most recent video I put up about signs in the heavens and the likeness of things on the earth, I referred to how Mormons have rejected Joseph Smith and how his organization will be restored. In Matthew chapter 21, verse 42, and I corrected this myself, and then Paul got this page of mine and said, oh, Travis? Oh, yeah, I'll just let these go, and I won't bother to check them. Because David Gaunt by that time was already pissed at me and didn't want anything to do with me, so he fractured our group into two groups so that he paired up with James Baker, to do their thing, as David Gaunt had specific scriptures he wanted to fix and make sure stayed the same, such as the reason for Sodom and Gomorrah was homosexuality, rather than linking it to Ezekiel, which says it's depriving the poor of substance, neglecting the poor, in essence. Yeah, he did not like me at all. I can understand in regards to my informing them of the Joseph Smith the selections from the book of Moses that changed the Genesis passage concerning the reason for the wickedness during Noah's time. It's actually the women that are to blame, according to Matthew or Moses. And the thing that upset David on that was his daughter had been engaged, and so after that controversy, he then came back a week or two later and showed the wedding pictures of her in her dress, and yeah, beautiful. If you understand, or if you've heard my other videos, being born and raised Mormon, as a little kid, sitting around the table, his mom made crafts for us. She set out the old expired Sears catalog and had us do collages on paper, ripping out the Sears catalog and putting the pictures, cutting them and then pasting them. I don't think we had tape yet. Maybe. It was at least glue. Am I that old? Oh, God. But, yeah, and so women in clothing was in the Sears catalog as well. And so that was my first introduction to women's fashion. And as I'm entering puberty at the same time, I develop a bond and attachment to these idol porn pictures. I still can't believe the Wikipedia page that talks about the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart. Medical journals are porn. Oh dear God. So I guess anybody who goes into the medical profession and has medical textbooks for the human body, porn, gotta rip them out. Sorry, teacher, I can't learn anything about the human body because it's porn. It's against my religious values, standards, and principles. Women's bodies are evil. And so, yeah, as a kid, I had this secretly desire to be a woman's fashion designer. So when my sisters got the Barbie fashion plates one year for Christmas, I was always knocking on their door. Can I play with the Barbie fashion plates, please? Okay, fine, but you'll have to play it right here at our door so that we can watch you and make sure you don't walk away with it. And give it right back. And use your own paper. Oh, man. So, the video topic again, what was it? Matthew 21 and verse 42. And Jesus said unto them, did you never read in the scriptures? And so, yes, I was talking about the committee that I was in. As you can look down into the footnotes for 42A, TG, Cornerstone, semicolon, TG, Jesus Christ, Prophecies about, semicolon, TG, Rock. And that's for the stone. But where's the reference to, did you ever never read in the scriptures? I fixed that. Whether they went forward and made the final distinguishing of that, I don't know. I would need, it's packed. If you remember, I was threatened with eviction, a wrongful eviction, so yes, things got packed. And so my copy of the foreign language Spanish Bible, I think it's a Bible, is packed. So I can't find out. Maybe online. Maybe the church has a Spanish version. LDS Spanish Bible. Study Ensign. No. Article Church. No. Study Leon. No. Bible in Spanish. churchofjesuschrist.org. No, that's friend. Wait, no. Santa Biblia, Latter-day Saint Bible in Spanish. This version is based on the 1909 Reina Valera. How hard is it to find just the simple scriptures online? I'm now having to go to BYU. And this still isn't it. It's just an article about it. Come on, guys. Do you not have it? I know you published it. That was what I worked on. Oh, God. These guys are so incompetent. Alright, so I need scriptures. Come on, Quick Link, where are you? Gospel Media? No. Scriptures, guys. Hello? Scriptures? Hello? General Conference, Bicentennial Proclamation about Temples, Family Search, Come Follow Me, Church Magazines, Children and Youth, Gospel Media. I guess it's Gospel Media, but it's not a video. Scriptures, guys. My hell. Yeah, these are all scriptures. Guys, what the hell? Libraries. Scriptures. God. Who did this? So let's do languages. Settings. No. No. Notes. No. Languages. Translations and downloads. Maybe. Translations and downloads. And Spanish. There we go. Okay. Digital text. PDF. This is too much work, guys. Dear God. Santa Biblia. Alright. So Isaiah. Los Corintios. Romanos. Hecos. Caputo. Hecos. Lucas. Malach. Yes. Mikas. There we go. So which 21 and verse 42. Okay. Zacharias. Okay. Marcos. Isn't Marcos Mark? And then it should be Matthew. So why was I in Zechariah? Did you put it out of order and then put it online? They've done that before in print. And pull all the books off the shelves and redo it. Petty cash though, so they didn't worry too much. Matteo, okay. See, I never took Spanish. I was told it was hard, or at least harder than French. And sure enough, French was easy. They took all the sound out of it. If you're silent, you're speaking French. So yes, I aced French. Oh, yes, I'm in one of those moods. Okay, chapter 23. It's 22. Here's 21. Okay, it was 42. 42. All right. Did you ever read in the scriptures? So let's see if they kept it. No, it would be translated in Spanish. Let's see. Jesus les dijo. And yes, I know I'm butchering the Spanish, putting French in there, which is not really French because it's les. It wouldn't be le. It would be pronounced le dijo. But anyway, let's see, 42. Sal, 108. They did it. They kept it in. Yes, I rule. Thank you, Paul. So yes, they put in my correction. Thank you. So yes, that was me. I'm responsible for that. You're welcome. It took forever to find it. Let's download this. Now that I've got it here. Whoa, 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 feelings. Alrighty, there we go. See, like I said, no man knows my history. Not even you, Pacer, who thinks he knows my history from gossip. I wanted to put in here additional information referring to the stone which the builders rejected is the capstone, or the cornerstone, sorry. The same is become the head of the corner, refers to the capstone. And so yes, Psalm 118 is where this scripture comes from, and it was corrected for Spanish speaking and other foreign languages, thanks to me. Take that, David Gaunt. And so the main point of the video that I'm wanting to do is that Mormons have rejected Joseph Smith as the founder. They're trusting in the current church, which says that, as I've done videos this morning, he's not a translator, he's just a revelator. He's a polygamist and a 14-year-old girl rapist. What are some of the other things on the list? Do I dare reach in here and touch things after I've been spitting? Is it way down there? Where is it? Can't find it. Alright, well, whatever. All sorts of stuff. Everything has been changed. Faith is another thing. Mormons don't believe in the same faith process that Joseph Smith set forth and is in the Book of Mormon. They don't believe the Book of Mormon to be true. And yes, I've already got extra above the regular Russian thumbs down on that video that I did. And so Mormons literally are rejecting Joseph Smith, even though they claim, oh, he's our founder, he's a prophet of God, he's awesome. And then you say to them, so he's a 14-year-old rapist? Well, no, he was sealed to her. He was married to a 14-year-old girl to justify having sex with her? Well, he never got her pregnant. Do you see what I mean? See, Mormons have no defense. They cannot prove their church is true. Because they don't know the original history, because the current church keeps changing it and is still getting it wrong each and every single time they change it. And so, it's pathetic that the church has caused Mormons to stumble over Joseph Smith. Do you remember that? Let me go over it with you. It's in the Book of Mormon. Is it cause to stumble or stumbling block? It's only 7, and the Romans passage is where they got it from. Okay, stumbling blocks. Taking away stumbling blocks. Apostle John shall write. Look on a place of stumbling block. Gentiles probably have stumbling blocks because of the greatness of their stumbling blocks. They have built up many churches. Nevertheless, they put down the power and miracles of God and preach up unto themselves their own wisdom and their own learning, that they might get gain and grind upon the faces of the poor. Yep, that's it. That's it. Who are the Gentiles, Mormons? Do I need to go over section 1, verse 16? 14 to the 16? Yes, we do. Because you're not going to look it up, are you? Oh, no, Travis, you're evil. You're apostate. We're not going to listen to you. And so, and the arm of the Lord shall be revealed, and the day cometh that they who will not hear the voice of the Lord, neither the voice of his servants, neither give heed to the words of the prophets and apostles, shall be cut off from among the people. Who is he talking to, Mormons? Who's the voice of his servants? Joseph Smith. If you don't listen to Joseph Smith, you're going to be cut off. For they, pay attention, Mormons, we now have to figure out who they is referring to in the noun, proper noun. They have strayed from mine ordinances. How can you stray from something if you don't keep an ordinance, or if you don't receive an ordinance? And have broken mine everlasting covenant. Who can break an everlasting covenant but who gets sealed in the everlasting covenant? So who is this, Mormons? Give you a hint. It's you. They seek not the Lord to establish his righteousness. So it's still Mormons. But every man, still Mormons, walketh in his own way. There you go. Right there. After the image of his own God. And did anybody catch any of that one picture that I put in with the caption that put in this portion in verse 16? Babylon the Great, which shall fall. Now that we know that it's talking about the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, talking about Mormons, who then is Babylon in this? We got to decode it. Babylon already fell, so it's somebody else that hasn't been decoded by the church service missionaries for the 1981 version of the triple combination in English. Give you a hint. It's the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And so, yes, the Church of Joseph Smith needs to be restored. Do you need more evidence of that? I've been going over it video after video after video after video after video after video after video. Section 85, verse 7. You have no evidence to support the church as true, Mormons. It's not hyperbole. You don't have it. It doesn't exist. And it shall come to pass that I, the Lord, will send one mighty and strong, holding the scepter of power in his hand. King, as part of Melchizedek. Melech, king. Clothed with light for a covering, whose mouth shall utter words, eternal words, while his bowels shall be a fountain of truth, to set in order the house of God. What's the house of God, Mormons? The temple. Why does he need to set Joseph's temple in order? Oh, right. It goes bad after he's assassinated. Zadok. Melech, Zadok, high priest righteousness. Church is in apostasy, Mormons. It needs to be restored. Joseph never got to restore the ancient order of the Egyptians, not the gospel Jesus, who he himself was trying to restore the 18th dynasty of King David. King David Moses, technically. I've gone over this. Tawut Mose, King Tut. Does that sound familiar? Ay carambita. La cucaracha. Yes, I know a few words. El gato. Taco and burrito. I don't think taco is actually Spanish, if I understand correctly. Enchiladas? Yes, I think. Nevertheless, in 103, starting in verse 14, nevertheless, if they, oh man, who are these they? If they pollute their inheritances, they shall be thrown down, for I will not spare them if they pollute their inheritances. Wonder who he's talking about. Who could he be talking about in the Doctrine and Covenants to Joseph Smith? Behold, I say unto you, the redemption of Zion. What do you mean, the redemption of Zion? Isn't this Zion here in Utah? Must needs come by power. Therefore, I will raise up unto my people. Oops, it can't be Brigham Young, can it? It has to be after Brigham Young, which means this church is in apostasy. Therefore, I will raise up unto my people. Oh, I'm sure that's the Pentecostals, right? Right, Mormons? That's who Jesus is talking to Joseph about? The Pentecostals. I will raise up unto the Pentecostals, amen. Seriously, Mormons, it's Mormons. Who shall lead them like as Moses led the children of Israel in the Exodus. And when was the Exodus? 3,333 years ago. Oh wait, isn't the Scottish Rites Freemasons having some high honorary rank of 33rd degree? Why, yes it does. And they have 2 eagles to double it up. And Brigham and Heber were part of the Scottish Rites. So yes, that's why we're experiencing what we're experiencing this year with creeping death over all America as the worst nation in the world in handling it. Not a coincidence. This is why I warn you. This guy is going to be the capstone restoring Joseph's organization, which you, the Mormons, have rejected.